Okay, no problem. So, Ankush, you may please start with your debate.
Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Taken from Kathopanishad, these words of wisdom have been inspiring generations of Indians to walk on the path of glory guided by mighty personalities like Swami Vivekananda. After winning the long-fought battle against forces of colonialism, our country has faced unprecedented challenges ranging from poverty to parochialism, from communalism to nationalism, from emergencies to exigencies, and from tsunamis to COVID. Today, when my nation is still standing strong and yet thriving, I can see in the sky and say to Swamiji, yes, your efforts were not in vain. The youth you always addressed is successful in maintaining the long cherished Swaraj in all aspects of its existence. Good morning to respected jury and all the management and my dear friends. Today I, Ankush from Chaudhary Charan Singh Haryana Agricultural University is here to speak for the motion Indian youth has contributed up to maximum in retaining the national freedom after independence. But before moving ahead, I must first make it clear that youth is not just about age or physical appearance. Youth is a mindset. It's about the creativity that one holds, the vastness of mind and openness to ideas. So when 70 years old Ratan Tata bought Jaguar, a British automobile company, when 72 years old Tulsi Godwa won Padma Shri for her environmental works, youth was inspired to thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, maximum is a subjective idea. In 1950s, maximum could be to just survive and manage to make base for future development. Today, when we have a rock-solid base, sky is the limit. Also, when we talk about retaining the national freedom, it is not just about securing the borders. It is also about managing the national economy well. It is also about retaining the culture. It is also about food security, and it is also about education for all and etc. etc. Our nation is a feeling of oneness and togetherness. Our nation is strong as long as its economy is excelling, its polity is stable, and society harmonious. Our nation is preserved by the blood of its security personnel and by the sweat of its labor who builds everything. In 1947, Sardar Patel were able to unify our polity. Young economists like Mahalanobis came with development plans. Young scientists like Homi Bhabha were making India invincible, and young poets like Ramdhari Singh Dinkar were replenishing the great Indian literature. Yes, youth did take the responsibility to retain our freedom. Similarly, in 1960s, with the slogan of Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, the young soldiers fought two tough battles on borders, and our farmers under the leadership of young scientist M.S. Swaminathan brought Green Revolution. There was a time in 1960s when our then Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri announced on radio that we should try and skip at least a meal a week because of the shortage of food. To now, when we are the second largest producer of rice and wheat in the world, youth again proved that yes, it is capable of retaining its freedom. Another grave challenge came in 1970s when authoritarianism was at its peak and constitutional sanity was at risk. But the youth retained its constitutional values and again the democracy was revived. That was the answer to all the critics of our national unity. Also, it was the 80s when Indian diaspora started to realize its potential. This not only gave India upper hand in its soft power, but when Indians go outside, they reflect their work culture and spread their spiritual culture. In 1990s, when young economists like Dr. Manmohan Singh and several risk-taking young entrepreneurs started to write a new story of Indian growth, it was the youth represented by young Captain Vikram Batra who always stood against our enemies and dedicated scientists like Dr. Abdul Kalam, Nabi Narayan and several others who took India to space and also made us a formidable nuclear power. The story after 2000 is ever evolving. We emerged as a software giant, and today when I see India ahead of Britain in terms of more unicorn startups, when emerging companies like Baiju, Unacademy, Ola, Swiggy and Patanjali making their presence worldwide, when Indian music is heard in every corner of the world, when yoga and Vedic traditions are practiced by millions, when architectural marvels like Konark and Taj are famous everywhere, when we are counted amongst the most powerful nations, and when India is given special honor at environment summits, I can proudly say that yes, Indian youth has contributed up to maximum in retaining the national freedom after independence. At last, I just want to say that look at our neighbors. Our West has become home to terrorism. Our North has authoritarianism resigned. In our West, There are countries with military dictatorships, and in our south, the island countries are under great economic debt. But India stands tall and is unique amongst all because not only we are the largest democracy, but we are the most diverse nation. If we are able to maintain our freedom even after all these challenges, I am sure the youth of today is even more aware and dedicated to build upon this freedom. And I am confident that Swami Vivekananda's dream of strong Bharat as a nation is becoming true. Thank you all.